Welcome back to another episode of the Gen Y podcast with Haika and Mutesh.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank
Yeah?
you. Yes.
Haika's giddy again, but we'll explain why in a second.
I'm so excited about today, by the way.
Yeah?
Extremely excited. How are you?
I'm good. How's your weekend adulting?
Fam,
Go on.
listen,
Oh, no.
we're dealing with caterpillars where I live.
I did not see that coming. Okay, what do you mean?
Okay, first, I live
Yes.
in a shamba.
Yes.
A farm.
Yeah.
So it's their season.
Caterpillar season?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's the hairy caterpillars.
But they turn into butterflies, so
which
that's
is,
cool.
yeah, but before they turn into butterflies,
Yeah.
my friend.
But you have to feed them for them to become
Last night
these
they were in the
beautiful
bed.
things. In the bed?
Two were on the bed. Two.
Okay. Why?
I don't know.
The hairy ones.
Yes.
Okay.
Those things, we call them what? Kigunyos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I was this close to tell my
How long
husband
does it
to
take?
burn the trees down.
Oh,
All of them. They need to go. I swear, there
But
are too many.
How long does it take for them to turn into
I
butterflies?
don't know. Well,
No?
there's some butterflies around where we are, which
See?
are so pretty.
You just have
But
to,
these
like,
others
wait.
that have not yet gone into that
Yeah.
gestation period,
Yeah.
they're really disturbing. They're everywhere.
I'm sorry.
No.
In
No.
your bed? That's weird.
Yeah, two.
How long does it take for them to get
hairy
there?
caterpillars.
They're not the fastest animals.
They're quite fast, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah?
Hey, so that's what I'm dealing with right now.
So how do you
No
get rid of
joke.
them?
We're not getting rid of them. We're just
Yeah.
taking them out
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
yeah,
house.
yeah.
Yeah, but
And the ones that are
some
like
that still
eating
come
all
in.
everything?
No, they don't. They eat grass.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not so bad then.
Yeah, they're okay. And
Yeah.
they come
As
out
long
at
as they stay
night.
outside, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they come out at night.
Oh, I didn't know that.
My friend.
But wait until they
That's what we're dealing with. That's my
I
weekend
still
adulting
remember
right now.
we were coming, it was a romantic little getaway to Naivasha with a special someone.
Ooh.
And we were coming back.
Mm.
And I don't know what had happened. Maybe it's around the same time of year, but like we were passing somewhere and all these butterflies just literally like were just all over the road. And we like had to stop and be like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
But
so
I didn't
pretty.
realize before that there was
There
just
were
a bunch of caterpillars
yes,
everywhere.
exactly.
Yeah.
That is literally what we're going through.
But it was nice. Like what?
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that's my week. How
Yeah.
was your week?
It was good until this weekend.
What happened?
So I tried to boil some maize.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would be so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone brought me some like veggies. So I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But I haven't boiled maize for like a really long time because it takes forever.
Yes.
Yeah. Not the sweet maize.
You should use a jiko to boil them, actually. You used gas.
Yeah.
Anyway, fine. You're one person.
Yeah. So if I could just boil it for like 20 minutes. Right. So like 20 minutes later, I was like, oh, why are they not why are
Even
they still-
close.
No. So I was like, okay, fine, put some more water, went off to
Yeah.
do some work.
Yeah.
Until like I don't know how much longer later, but I was like, what is that smell?
It was burning.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. You left it open. So the air
I
is,
forgot
the water
about
is just
them.
evaporating.
I forgot about the
Mutesh.
look.
Mutesh.
Then they became roasted basically. They became roasted maize. So
you
they still
remove
worked.
the husks and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just a bit of roasted maize.
Uh-huh.
But my issue is the smell didn't go.
It's-
So like even the next day I woke up, I was like, what is this burnt smell? Why?
Am I in shags?
What is going on? Like I tried everything. I sprayed the house.
Yeah.
Nothing was
Oh my
happening.
God.
Oh my God. So I was really upset.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Did they taste good at least?
They were okay. The bun side was nice. It was like roasted maize.
Okay.
It was nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Add some lemon and chili in there.
Oh, I didn't do that. But
Okay.
Yeah. But I did manage to save my pot.
Oh, you what? You
Pot. What do you
soaked
call
it?
it? What's that?
Sufuria.
Sufuria, yes.
Wow,
yeah,
Mutesh,
fine.
Mutesh.
Yes, but I saved it. I was this close. So my dad taught me
Yeah.
when you burn something in a pot, the pot is done.
Yeah.
You just throw it away.
I mean, yeah.
That him is like
Was it a good pot though? One of your good ones?
listen, I have 2 pots. That's the issue. It's a good pot. It's
So
like
you need to
I
salvage
can't
it.
lose half
Yeah.
my pots. So I had to like save it at any cost. So yeah. That's
Okay.
my weekend adulting.
Fantastic.
Yes. So apart from that, what are we doing this week?
This week is a special week.
Uh-huh.
This week we talk about everything that hurts us or loves us.
Gosh,
or...
wait. I didn't get the memo. What are you talking about? I didn't get that memo.
I'm joking.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Let me not lie.
Okay. Hey, I'm sweating already.
Yeah,
Gosh,
this week is about something we absolutely love. It's about sex.
We're talking about sex.
Yes, we are.
And we got a special guest.
We do.
Look at us. 2 guests. 2 guests. What? Wow.
Beyond one.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. We're not normally like, actually, no, we are normally like this.
We are like
I'm
this.
so sorry.
Welcome.
Who do we have in today?
Oh my gosh. I've been trying to hold my laughter all this time. You guys are hilarious.
No, you can go for it. We're sorry. We apologize. We apologize.
Just listening to your story, Caterpillars, burning pots.
Right? That is what happens when you're an adult. Just
Yes.
random things you have to deal with.
Yeah, I
So,
hear you.
this is Cathy Holden, not doctor.
No,
Not doctor.
not yet.
Okay, not yet.
Yeah,
Cathy
soon to be.
Holden. Yes. And we're going to talk about sex.
Yes.
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 We needed a professional to talk about sex because
Yeah.
what left between us were like,
It was just
goes off the
left.
rails. Goes off the rails.
Completely.
Yes.
Off.
But before we get there, how was your week in adulting? Is there anything that happened this weekend? You're like, oh, yeah, I'm an adult and I have to deal with these random things.
I don't think it was as exciting as you guys. Because when I think about my week, I'm
Yeah.
thinking, was it that bad?
Yeah?
No, probably not. But I did manage to leave my whole handbag
Uh-huh.
at my parents' house
Okay.
and drive all the way home
Yeah.
and realize that everything was in there.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So
House
I think
keys?
that was
House keys as well?
No, the house keys were in
Oh,
the
okay.
car, thank
Right.
God.
Yeah.
But you're talking about the wallet, the driving
Yes.
license,
Everything else.
everything else.
Wow.
How far was the distance?
It's about 35 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I did that once. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I forgot my house keys.
yeah.
I don't know why.
You feel naked without it, yeah?
Yeah.
I
You feel
do.
like, oh.
And my mom was so helpful because
Yeah.
she called me when I was at home and she was like, you forgot your handbag. And I was like, oh,
Thanks for telling me when I get home.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no.
this is so sweet.
Yeah. But she was like, no, just come back and get it. It's
Yeah,
fine.
which
yeah.
I did, so.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
You get to see them twice.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Handbags.
Yeah.
We can't live without them.
No.
No. We need them everywhere we go.
Yep.
I dropped my wallet in a taxi in Mombasa.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I didn't notice for like a couple of hours. Yeah.
Hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Must be
luckily
nice.
we called the guy and he was like, yeah, no, just come back.
Oh, nice.
That was so
And
nice
yeah,
that
it's
you got
really-
it back.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, you
You're
can have
lucky.
whatever money I have. Yeah.
Take.
Yeah,
yours.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Honestly, I didn't mind losing it.
Yeah.
It's just the ID. I don't mind losing back cards and things like that.
Oh.
But ID?
By the way, getting a new
So
idea.
problematic
So I was
getting a
like,
new one.
Oh,
Yeah.
hard.
So I wouldn't have minded if he just took everything and left me the ID. Just,
Yeah.
everything else was losable.
That was a kind man.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy, actually. Yeah. Yeah. So we are going to talk to Cathy. I keep wanting to call her Dr. Cathy. Cathy.
Yes.
About sex. But before we do, we usually test. Okay, usually we've only had one of the guests. But we usually take them through like a little quiz.
Okay.
We just learned something about you, which is Cathy was a former DJ.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So normally we do the missing lyric. So it's like say the lyric, like a few lines,
Oh
and then.
gosh.
Yeah, so
I
we're going
hope
to
I know
test
this
your
one.
bit.
But
We have some.
we do have some. But I think that's going to be too easy for her.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
You know, Mutesh is very tough. Let me just
I'm
give you a
not.
disclaimer, Cathy.
So basically, all you have to do is find the missing lyric, and this will prove to us that you are one of us.
Okay.
You're Gen Y. But this isn't. She's a DJ.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, fine. Okay, so
All
this
the
is just
best.
for your entry.
All right.
All right, into the Gen Y club.
Be kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mutesh, be kind. This is a
This
new
is
guest.
okay. Fine. So you get 3 points: 2 for the lyric and 1 for knowing who sang
Sang the
the song and the song.
Oh gosh. Okay.
My love, did you ever dream that it could be so right? I never thought I would find.
Crickets.
Okay, I'll try and sing it.
Oh, yeah. Please do. Go on.
Don't judge my singing.
Okay.
My love, shut up. Did you ever dream? I've lost it. Oh no! How do you sing that one?
My love, did you ever dream?
That's not how it goes. That
So
it could be
right.
so right. I never thought that I could find blank. It could be our singing as well.
Yeah, it's terrible. I'm sorry.
Wait,
Yeah.
is that is it 112?
Close.
Am I
Yes, but
close?
they are a group.
Close.
Oh, I know they're a group.
Yeah.
I can hear the song in my
Yeah.
head.
We can even do she can do the chorus.
Yeah, do the chorus.
Candy coated raindrops, you're the same. My candy rain.
So you know the song?
Yes, I know the song.
Oh, okay.
But isn't it? No, it's not 112. It's is it H Town? No, it's not H Town.
No.
It's
Even me, I don't think I
What?
would know the group. So Cathy, I'm on your side.
Yeah.
I'm on your side. Cathy.
really, but how come I gotta know that?
Okay. Soul for real?
Oh,
So she does know this. You see?
I didn't know the song. It's okay. This is why I hang up my headphones.
You're like, I don't know the lyrics. I'm
okay.
out. I'm done.
They even asked me something more rare than that.
More rare.
Yes.
Ooh,
Take me back to the 80s.
Ooh, oh, do I have 80s?
Challenge.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got
the ones you're
rare,
giving me.
but that. Oh, okay.
You're giving me. You gave me such hard ones.
We can try. I'm not saying
Okay.
that I'll know it, but okay.
No, that was too tricky. Okay, I'll do another 90s one, but I think it's easy.
Okay.
Tell me if you kiss and tell. If you will, that just won't do. Blank. Tell me if you kiss and tell. If you will, that just won't do.
Is that brownstone?
Yes, that is brownstone.
It is?
Yes.
Okay.
But what's the missing lyric?
Oh gosh.
Tell me if you kiss and tell. If you will, that just won't do. Haika, if you don't know this one, you can.
No
You're
idea
out.
what you guys are talking about. What song is this?
Yeah.
The lyrics are just not coming.
I got something for your body that stays between me and you. Something like that.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Easy.
What? Please sing the chorus for me.
That was the chorus. Dang it. What are you talking about? This is terrible. You minus 50 now.
I don't know.
She lost this game
song is
so
that?
bad. So bad. It's terrible. Oh,
I
that's
don't know
terrible.
that song. You sing very badly.
I am singing terribly today. I'm
yes,
so
of
sorry.
course.
Yes.
Mm.
So I do have a bunch of quick fire questions.
Okay.
Just for people to like get to know you
Okay.
a little better. Yeah? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So these are quick fire. Don't have to like expound anything.
Okay.
Quick fire. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. You're at a wedding. Chicken or beef?
Beef.
Beef. If you're at home, chilling, doing nothing, are you watching a film or reading?
Reading.
Oh. How long do you think you would survive a zombie apocalypse?
0 days.
Me too.
What's your Wi-Fi password?
Don't remember.
What's your favorite smell?
British Rose.
Ooh.
What?
Least favorite smell?
God, I had to think about that.
Oh, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
What one thing could you not go without for a day?
Deodorant.
Oh, nice. Who knows you best?
My mom.
Who knows best?
My mom.
Yeah. What was your favorite holiday?
Barbados.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
There's it's a Luther Vandross song.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh,
Are you sure you are DJ? Because now I'm really...
you're really putting me on the spot
He
today.
does that. Trust me. You're not alone, Cathy.
Yeah, he's really put me on the spot. No, it's a duet.
Oh.
It's a duet, and I remember because I've only done
Yeah.
karaoke like maybe
With
a
someone?
couple of times in my life,
Ah.
and we sang this song together. And it goes like, "My love."
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Isn't that
Endless
isn't
Love,
that,
right?
Yeah, Endless Love. Isn't that who sang that?
Him and Diana Ross?
Yeah,
Yes.
or something.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he was a Luther
Yeah.
B.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 points for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Congratulations.
Least favorite smell?
Probably garbage.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we call you Dr. Love?
Ooh.
All right.
All right.
Yes. Okay.
All right. And last question. Is traveling 8 hours for hookup okay?
Shit.
Well, just a hookup,
Yeah, just a hookup, yeah.
and then you travel right back.
Maybe hang out for a weekend and then come back?
I think you gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
High five. Yes.
Those are my questions. I'm all right. I'm just getting a professional opinion. I'm getting a professional opinion.
We have a guest. Let's just have decorum.
I'm getting a professional opinion of
And she was right. And her professional opinion was that yes.
it's okay.
Yes.
Yes. So now we have a definitive answer to your yes, someone here travel data was for a hookup.
I'll travel 30.
Oh,
Wow.
You see?
Wow.
Yes.
Not a hookup, but if there was something more there, yes, I would.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. But just for hookup, you do 30 hours?
No,
Oh, okay.
not just a hookup.
What's the maximum you can travel?
For a hookup?
Yeah. Somebody is whispering. Help me.
Well, it depends what that hookup is going to be about. So if I'm going to have a weekend, then I could consider it.
Yes.
Depending on what was on offer.
Okay.
Yes.
What if you didn't know actually what was on offer? This is the first.
Like, I'm just being put on the spot
No,
here.
I'm just.
If I didn't know, then I think it would be a decision I'd have to carefully make.
Right.
But I always believe different strokes for different folks.
I know that's right.
Okay, that's good. Well, it's good because you're like our test subject, Haika,
wow.
so we need to get
Thanks.
professional.
I mean, I'm good at something.
I'm so sorry. This has already devolved. So let's get it back on track. Okay, let's get back on track. All right. So, Dr. Love, Miss Cathy, you are a licensed sex therapist.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm a board certified
Yeah.
sex therapist and an addiction therapist. And I'm a psychotherapist because my background is in psychology.
Yeah.
So I'm a psychotherapist that specializes in sexuality, addiction, and relationships.
Okay.
What is a sex therapist exactly? What exactly does a sex therapist do?
Well, a sex therapist deals with areas of human sexuality,
Yeah.
Ranging from gender to sexual abuse, sexual dysfunction.
Yeah.
And they're different, and also things like enhancing intimacy and passion in the relationship. Also just figuring out your own sexuality as an individual. So that's something that we cover. And they're different. So people can specialize in different areas of sexuality. So we have kink professionals. We also have transgender professionals. We have sex addiction professionals. So I am in that category.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a whole range. I mean,
It's a broad spectrum.
definitely. And I mean, sexuality is pervasive to human existence.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
really, the sky is the limit.
Where did you study this? Like, how do you get to become a sex therapist?
So I took my course. It's called the International Institute of Clinical Sexology.
Yeah.
And it has a body called the Therapist Certification Association. So I did my sex therapy qualification there.
Yeah.
I then did my addiction therapy course there as well. And now I'm doing my PhD in clinical sexology.
Okay. And that's not here. That's not like in Nairobi.
So
Like,
it's
there's
based in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You mentioned like sex addiction. Can we start there? What is sex addiction? Because I think a lot of people are like, how can I be addicted to sex?
Yeah.
I like sex.
Is there anything like sex addiction?
Yeah.
No, yes, there's definitely, I mean, if we look at addiction, I like to look at addiction as a process. The drug of choice can be anything. But when we're looking at addiction, we're looking at, is it compulsive? Is it something that you need to do every day, every hour of the minute? Is it out of control? Even when you try to stop yourself from doing it, you find yourself doing it. And then is it at the detriment of yourself and others? So when we think about addiction as a process, then the drug of choice can be anything.
Yeah.
It can be sex. It can be love. It can be relationships, anger, secrecy, gambling, drugs.
Yeah.
What's the most severe case of like sex addiction you've seen?
Yeah. Oh, how can you like say that this is a sexual addict?
Yeah. Or not someone who just really likes sex.
Yeah.
Is there like a distinction?
Yeah. So if we look at it in terms of it, is it compulsive? If you're at work, for example, and you're not able to control your urges and you have to take a break and go into the bathroom, for example, to
Masturbate.
masturbate.
Oh.
So that would be one thing that you'd look at.
Yeah.
And then if, for example, you are prioritizing pleasing yourself over having sex or enjoying intimacy with your partner, you know, what is the reason behind that?
Right.
And then also how much risk is going involved. Are you exposing yourself, you know, having sex with other people when you're in a relationship? And then also, you know, there's also porn and tech addiction. So, for example, how many hours are you spending watching porn? You know, because the thing is with tech and porn addiction is you spend a lot of time by yourself. So that's when you can find yourself, you know, watching porn for very many hours,
Right.
pleasing yourself or getting that high. And you see, the thing is this is all about the dopamine release.
Yes.
And what it does is when you keep on getting more and more of a substance, it changes your brain chemistry over a period of time. So whatever you are receiving at the beginning, which, for example, if we use, for example, not regular, but just sex with your partner versus watching something very interesting in porn. Porn is a super stimulus, and sex with your partner will be the baseline, which is what your limbic system can handle.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
is it like other drugs, like other addictions where you're chasing something?
Yes.
Yes.
You
So
can
you'll be
never get back to
Yeah.
the original feeling. You're chasing.
yeah, you'll be chasing a high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Be chasing a high. And the same thing can be experienced, for example, coca leaves. It was okay, you know.
Yeah.
They used to be chewed.
Yeah.
Nothing used to happen.
Yeah.
And then they created a super stimulus,
Yes.
which is cocaine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, making
Yeah.
people addicted and actually killing people too.
Right. Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. I mean,
Very interesting.
It's funny that people like take sex addiction as it's not that serious,
Yeah.
but like it can actually be like it can actually like change someone's life. Like,
Absolutely,
yeah.
it can, because I mean, and this is the thing, if you are, you know, a sex addict, then you will want to, you know, keep on pushing the bar to get more and more and more. And then, you know, putting yourself at risk, for example, exposing yourself. Cheating on your partner, those kind of things, you know. And if you look at that, the classification that I shared in the beginning, and, you know, how do we look at it as an addiction? You know, this is when you are putting yourself in danger and you're also hurting other people too.
Yes. Yeah.
You're hurting your partner. You're hurting yourself. You're putting yourself at risk. No matter how much you try to stop yourself from doing, you're not able to. And the thing is that there's a treatment for this. And this is something that I cover. There is a sex addiction treatment protocol that I follow. And I have helped people with sex addiction
Interesting.
to stay in recovery.
Just staying on this, like I've seen people who, like, for example, they literally exposing, let's say, themselves to others in public or something like that. Does that fall under that, or is that just like a kink that someone is into, or I don't know, exposing yourself in public, or
What do you mean expose?
like
Mutesh?
literally like getting naked in front of someone, like a stranger?
Oh.
Or like masturbating in public, or things like that.
There's some random men
Are
where they tell to do
those
that.
like, I don't want to like say like, oh, that's a terrible thing, but like, is that part of it, or is that just someone's kink and they just really like?
I mean,
suffer?
this is the thing, when it starts to cross over into, you know, like public indecency, then, you know, that is definitely something that needs to be treated. Because you see, everybody's allowed to have a fantasy. And fantasies are great. But when they cross over and they start to become the reality, you know, and then moving into sex offending, then we're talking about something very different.
Right,
Yeah.
Okay. So what is good sex? Or what is... I know that's a very broad...
What is healthy?
What is
What's
healthy
that?
sex?
Healthy sexual life.
Yes. That's a better way. Thank you for putting it. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe just to say, when we're treating sex addiction, you know, like, for example, when we're treating drug addiction or alcohol, or with alcohol, for example, we tell somebody to abstain from drinking or from smoking or from taking the drug. But with sex addiction is we move away from unhealthy sexual behavior to healthy sexual behavior. So we're not saying do not have sex. We're replacing it with healthy sexual behavior. So now going back to your question in terms of what is good sex, the reason why I said that's because you also mentioned healthy sex.
Yes.
An optimal sexual experience to me is when you're able to connect with your partner on more than just one level. So you have the physical element, and I like to look at the 8 types of intimacy here.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why being connected to your partner and staying present and connected in the moment is really important.
Yeah.
And when I look at intimacy, I like to look at it as into me you see. So into me you see from a spiritual side, from an intellectual side, from an emotional side, from a physical side, from a sexual side. And when we think about an optimal sexual experience, or an optimal sexual experience, the major components are things like trust, safety, laughter, fun. Communication, verbalizing some of your needs. Those are the major components. The minor components, believe it or not, are things like chemistry and orgasm. So it's basically what it's saying is that the connection between two people and how to allow your sexual life to feel brand new and amazing each and every time is to connect through different ways, intimately, being vulnerable and sharing, talking about what you like, what you don't like, sharing your fears, sharing your deepest, darkest desires, your secrets, your fantasies. And those are things. So it's not so much about the position you use, or how long you last. It's more about the quality versus the quantity of the sexual experience.
Do you hear that, my ex? It's not about how long you last.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking.
It's fine.
And then also, how do we look at sex?
Yes.
Because I think, because a lot of us will think about sex and we'll think, intercourse. But sex is also outer course. So, all the dry humping, the kissing, the cuddling, the feeling up on one another, the foreplay, all of that is sex.
So I remember Haika mentioning that, again, don't worry.
Wow.
I'm just putting all your business out there. But you mentioned about like texting and sexting before and how like that really like worked you up.
Hence the reason why I traveled 8 hours.
Yes. I'm giving you backstory. But like you mentioned how like it was really like that really kind of
it
like
was intense.
That's amazing. I didn't think about that. I just thought like you get there and then that's when you get.
No.
You guys literally build up.
Yes, it needs to be built up. So by the time you get there, you're ready. Yeah. You said that there's a connection that a partner, you as partners will have. So there's communication, there's laughter, and there's those physical attributes that you do together, or going for a walk, whatever.
Yeah.
But then now when it comes to sex, what if you're not getting fulfilled sexually? Like you don't get, you're having sex with your partner because that's your partner, but you're not being fulfilled with your partner. What could be wrong?
Well, if that's something that is happening, then it's probably something that you need to talk about with your partner, but also kind of figure out what part of your arousal system or your body that your partner needs to either touch differently or allow you to feel excited and aroused. And here I like to look at the 5 senses because if we think about the 5 senses, they're the key kind of ways that we can enhance intimacy and passion in our, in our relationships, and especially in our sexual relationships. And, one of the reasons why sometimes your partner, if for example your partner wants to have more sex than you, you get pegged as being somebody who has a low libido, when maybe it's just an issue of your partner having a spontaneous drive, which is like a light switch, and you having a responsive drive, which requires some kind of an activation for your body and your mind to connect so that you can then feel aroused. And sex is all about body and mind connection.
Interesting.
So I think definitely worth a conversation to have, because it's important for us to share what we like, what we dislike. Because if we don't do that, then we're kind of expecting our partner to be responsible for our orgasm. We're expecting our partner to know exactly where to touch us. But we're not giving any guidance. We need to be able to say, hey, that feels great. Or, do this here. Do this here. Communication. And then, of course, if you have some feedback to share about your sexual experience with your partner, please don't do it when you are actually in the act of yes. Wait for a time afterwards and use something called the appreciation sandwich, which is, if you think about your favorite sandwich, who has a favorite sandwich here?
Ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese. Okay, on brown or white bread?
White bread.
Okay, is it a baguette?
Buttered white.
Okay. So your buttered white bread is going to be the appreciation statement on either side. And then your ham and cheese is going to be the bulk of the feedback. So for every feedback statement, you will have 2 appreciations. So for example, the first part can be, I love how we made out today. It made me feel really good. I would like for you to maybe spend a little bit more time going down on me because then it relaxes me. I also then know, and I want you to know that it feels very good when you do go down on me and it makes me feel very excited and I think about it every time I'm not with you.
Interesting.
If you give feedback in that way, it's constructive. And then it also kind of feels as if somebody is, feeling like you value me, you care about me, as opposed to right in the middle of it.
And you're like,
you came too quickly, or that was awful.
Go back down.
It's very, it's very difficult. This is the thing. It's very difficult to make, to do something with a statement like that. In fact, what it will do is it will kind of repress your desire, and you'll find yourself withdrawing from that person and not want to have sex with them at all because you'll kind of feel as if you can't satisfy them. And that's one of the reasons why words, as much as, maybe when we were growing up, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
These ones do.
What a load of BS, really, if you think about it, because the words are the things that we stick. So if your partner turns around and says, you didn't satisfy me today, next time you're going to be overthinking, you'll become hyper vigilant, and then you'll find yourself not present and connected in the moment because you'll be worrying about the future, thinking about the past.
And I don't know, I think a lot of people are very, what's the word for it? But we're very self-conscious when it comes to sex. We're constantly evaluating ourselves. How do I do? Am I doing this right? So I can imagine being gentle and encouraging someone is very helpful. If you do it in the wrong way, that can really damage someone's kind of self-confidence as well.
And we are our harshest critics. If you think about it, you can put on something really amazing, look at yourself in the mirror,
and then
and put yourself down. And when you leave the house, someone will say, oh gosh, you look great. And then you might respond and say, oh, this old thing.
Oh my God. Victim here. Hello. Wow. Interesting. So that statement that people usually say that sex is overrated is just because they're not doing it right? Well,
I think maybe it would depend on the context. But I think maybe what we're looking for more now is a connection. We want it to feel more than just the body. We want to be fulfilled in our minds. We want to feel as if we can connect on an emotional level too. And sex can also be spiritual. So maybe that whole idea of sex being overrated is maybe also, depending on the context, but maybe leaning on the fact that people are looking for more and they want more out of a connection as opposed to what was there, previously in the last maybe 20 years or so.
Okay, so we've talked about especially communicating and how it can really benefit a sexual relationship. So what other ways of are we doing sex, or how can we improve it more, or what are we getting wrong about sex also? Is there anything that we generally, men and women, get wrong about sex?
I think maybe moving away from tried and tested techniques that work in terms of pleasure.
Yeah.
And especially when it's worked with one partner.
Yeah.
And now you're with another partner.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have your tried and tested, whether it's a way of pleasing or receiving self-pleasure, that will be your go-to.
Yeah.
The thing is, after a period of time, it can get a little bit mundane, a little bit boring. And then what can happen is that you start seeking other fulfillment from somebody else.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, talk through that and kind of think, okay, how can we be more adventurous? Create a pleasure jar. And do a little bit of homework. Maybe there's some particular, I don't know, positions you want to try.
Yeah.
Maybe, you want to look at maybe some tantric sex, for example. You want to connect through deep breathing and eye gazing. Put that in a little note every week with your partner.
Ooh,
Call it the
schedule?
Pleasure jar. Yeah.
So instead of having 100 ways that I can love you, or 100 ways I love you, reasons why I love you, it's like 100 pleasure notes.
Yeah, if you have like a calendar
and please, by all means, schedule. Because you see, one of the things that happens as a relationship ages is sex goes on the back burner. Everything else takes over. And then we find ourselves trying to find time to have sex, to be intimate, to do things, to do coupley things when we need to be making time. And putting sex on the calendar is a really good way of making it official. I mean... We had to schedule this session. It was in all our calendars and we're all here.
So we might as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I to be honest, I love the couples who do like date nights and things. I think that's really cute.
Very important.
That's really cool.
And date nights need to be about the relationship.
Yes.
Date nights... really, I mean, they need to be less about, let's talk about finances or let's talk about the kids or let's talk about work. Can we, for example, have a specific worksheet? I have a really great one that I share with my clients. It's called About Your Partner. So each person will complete what they think they know about their partner and then they can share it at a date night. Or so, for example, maybe we're going to talk about what we're going to put in our pleasure jar. Or what do you kind of visualize what our intimate life can look like and what 3 things would you need from me to make that happen. So those kind of conversations put the relationship on the center stage and date nights then are more focused at growing. This is how you grow together as a relationship as opposed to coming there and either spending the whole time drinking it away or talking about how bad Sam, your colleague, was at work.
What if someone is... what if now your partner says, okay, here's my list of things that I want to try. And you're like, oh my God, that's a lot. Like it's too kinky or I'm just not into this kind of thing. I know you can communicate, but like, what if you're scared of like, if I say no, maybe he'll think I'm not.
And then cheat.
I'm so sorry that I've said he or she.
He or she. It's okay.
I've just assumed it's a guy. If they're just like, they feel like, oh, maybe I'm not sexual enough for this person. Is there anything, I mean, yes, you could communicate, but like, how do you make sure that someone doesn't feel like, okay, maybe I'm not kinky enough or sexual enough?
Well, the thing is, because we're all built very differently, kink might not be your thing. And the thing is, if it's not your thing, it's really important that you tell your partner.
So
that
don't
it's
try
not
it.
your thing.
Don't be like, okay, let's do it for you.
Well, in the spirit of being adventurous, I do encourage, I mean, what does stepping out of your comfort zone look like? Now, that doesn't mean that you go and hang off chandeliers, okay?
I was getting one installed next week.
I don't know, have sex in a bathroom stall or something like that. But
if someone's not comfortable with
if you're not, and this is the thing, because remember we were talking about an optimal sexual experience. Comfort means secure. But it means stepping out of your comfort zone and doing little things. So having that conversation where you're negotiating what you can and can't do, and maybe what you're open and willing to try. So if, for example, your partner puts in the pleasure jar, I want to go and have some adventurous sex, I don't know, somewhere, I don't know, in a public space, and you're not comfortable with that, like, okay, I'm not able to do that, but how about we do a little bit of role play, and I can meet you at this bar, and I can pick you up, and you can pretend that, you know, we don't know each other.
Interesting.
What if someone has a red room, like, and you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Like, they have like a full kink room or something, and you're like, oh, that's not really my thing.
And this is the thing, and we need to start being honest about the things that we like and we don't like. You know, because there's nothing worse than, you know, saying that you are into something and going along with it because this new person that you met or this person that you're with is really into it. This is when you need to have another conversation again. And I know I talk a lot about conversation, but we don't talk about these things enough. And that's one of the reasons why when we're picking partners, we need to be really understanding of what we truly want in a relationship. Because if, for example, I don't know, I meet somebody who's into BDSM and they enjoy pain and they enjoy inflicting pain, and that is not my thing. It's really important for me to speak that up early enough and say that this is not for me. The thing is, if we think about an erotic template, people get aroused by specific things that they have found aroused by somehow in the past. It doesn't just come from anywhere. It's in that template. An erotic template kind of looks like an Excel spreadsheet, but you can't delete things. You can only add. So that's one of the reasons why
when you can never get rid of like, oh, that doesn't turn me on anymore.
You can suppress it and there's a way that you can work around it. But it's still within your erotic template.
Yes. That makes so much sense.
Which also then is a decision for a person to kind of make, okay, because you see, at the end of the day, it's all about what you're open and willing to do. There are different things, and a lot of us want to hear the truth. Are we always ready to hear the truth? Probably not, but it's what we're open and willing to do. Because, and this is the thing, how do you know if you haven't tried? Now again, disclaimer, I'm not encouraging you to go hang off chandeliers, but it's more or less what we're open and willing to try. And how we can grow in terms of picking out our pleasure points. Because if we've never tried, then we're coming from a perspective of knowing rather than experiencing. And that's not really maybe the best way of living life, I think. But that's just my personal opinion.
So speaking of pleasure, is there a difference between a clitoral orgasm and a penetrative orgasm?
Well, research suggests that an orgasm is caused by the stimulation of the clitoris. And of course, the clitoris has almost 9,000 nerve endings. Penis has about 6,000. So sometimes the position...
We're losing, guys.
Sometimes the position or the particular position that the vulva owner is in will stimulate the clitoris in a specific way that will allow the person to have an orgasm. But in terms of that, I mean, that is the main organ.
Because, you know, there are women out there who've never experienced penetrative orgasm, or like when they have sex, they don't orgasm. Is that the right term? They don't orgasm. But when it's during foreplay, they get an orgasm.
And actually that is very common.
And is it normal? Okay.
And also, I mean, also because you would need that direct stimulation. And in terms of that, like if you're thinking about how long the body takes to relax, I don't want to say woman, I'll just say a vulva owner. But if in terms of getting to that relaxed stage where you can have an orgasm, you're talking about at least 20 minutes.
Guys, 20 minutes.
Take your time. When we say take your time, we mean it.
And the thing is, you know, like what we're talking about, the feedback that you can sometimes give and then the words stick. If your partner then feels, or, you know, you make your partner feel that, oh, you're taking too long,
Yeah.
or you've come too quickly.
Yeah.
You know, these are all things that stick, which is then going to allow the person to abandon and maybe even fake it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you have to ask at that point, did you come?
Yeah.
No,
then,
I did not, sir. No, I did not.
Then you're playing detective.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're doing that, it's like, I mean, there's a way that we need to do it, but we also need to be understanding on how our physiology works.
Yeah.
And we need to be in a relaxed kind of state and position. But yeah, I think the more pressure that you put on your partner to perform, and this is the other thing when we think about an optimal sexual experience, orgasm is a minor component.
Is it?
Yes, orgasm and chemistry are minor components. Because there was a study done on this a little while ago, and one of the things that couples who are experiencing this optimal sexual experience, they were talking about everything and anything that happens when your clothes are on rather than when they're off. So the safety aspect, if you feel safe, if you feel secure, if you feel loved, if you feel cared for, if you feel respected, you know, if somebody's communicating with you. So for example, you spent like the whole day ignoring, blue ticking somebody and then you get home or you meet later and it's like, hey, let's have sex. That person is probably like, you ignored me the whole day. Or you just want me to just
take my
you know, and a lot of us kind of think that all of this is automatic. It's really not automatic. And I'll go back to, you know, what you were saying about the build-up.
Yeah.
The build-up is really important because it's one of the key elements in terms of how we can continue to have fulfilling sexual experiences.
Yeah.
It's the build-up that's important.
Yes.
So go up to your partner, you know, be playful around them.
Yeah.
Give them a loving and warm kiss, whether it's a French kiss, and then just leave it there.
Yes.
And let it sit.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
When you build on
agree.
relaxed excitement, you're making it last a little bit longer. You're also allowing, you know, all of you to kind of feel that you want to be around each other, that you're longing for each other. The desire is kind of activated. And,
So
it feels really
sex
good.
starts before the bedroom,
Yes.
basically. It's not, we're having sex at 7 and that's, when you meet in the bedroom, that's when the sex starts.
Bum, bum.
And sex starts in the brain.
In the brain.
And it is the brain is the biggest sex organ. It
Yes.
starts in there. That's why you've heard of things like braingasms, because they do happen.
Wow.
The genitals that we have or the erogenous zones that we have are secondary to what happens in our brains.
Okay.
And that's another thing, maybe looking to what your other erogenous zones are, because we'll think bum, breasts.
Back of the knee.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then what else, you know, what other erogenous zones are there?
Yeah.
How's the back of your neck? You know, how's the side of your chin?
Your armpit.
Armpits.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sex does, for men. I mean, an orgasm for women is not when she squirts. That is not an indicator of like she has come.
No, and also, I mean, that's a physiological response.
Yes, I'm talking to my friends here. Listen,
and the
this
thing
this is education.
and some people will like that.
Yes, yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
But it's important that you don't use the same blanket response on everybody.
Yes.
Because squirting comes from the way that our skin glands have been developed, and not everybody has a well-developed skin gland. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yes. SKENE. Skin gland.
Learn something new.
So that's one of the reasons why some people can squirt large amounts, other people don't.
At all, yeah.
And it doesn't mean that one person is better than the other, or there's something wrong with you if you can't squirt. Maybe you just, you experience pleasure in a different way. And I think it's important that we don't use the same template for everyone.
Yes.
And
Or man.
Or man.
So men don't go like drilling for oil if it's not happening. Just relax.
Accept.
I mean, it can feel the thing is, people are different. It can feel exciting at one point, but if you're going to do it every time you guys are making out, what you're doing is like you're building on the tried and tested, and you're not kind of seeing what else is there. So have that conversation, find out what the person wants, you know. Do they want kisses, and do they want a sensual massage?
Yeah.
Do they want a nice meal? Do they want to smell nice candles in the room? Think of the 5 senses. How do they want to be touched as well?
How soon do these conversations start? You know what I mean? Like, okay, you've just got into a relationship, you've just gotten sexual with that person. When do these conversations start? First date, first sexual encounter, then is that when you start talking about, hey,
this is what I
strap
like.
on. What do you think?
Well, I would definitely say have the conversation before that heat of the moment.
Even before?
Even before. And even talk about like safety and protection, because that's like really important. Because the worst thing is you're in that heat of the moment.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right.
Strap on.
Yeah. And don't just bring out the strap on and you're like, let's go.
And the thing is, you know, people are built differently. Some people are not, you know, into them. I mean, this is the other thing, because a lot of us kind of think we strap on and everything is all right. But the thing is, you can get a sexually transmitted disease or an infection from skin to skin contact that doesn't necessarily have to do with your genitals. So it can be from your mouth to someone's genitals and vice versa. So getting tested is something that you need to do, because sex is a responsibility. It is not just an act. It's an act that can bring us closer together and make us feel amazing, but we're also responsible for another person.
But what happens now when someone's just out on a night out and sees someone and they just hook up? You're not in a relationship, you just met this person and sparks are flying, and then I feel like those are maybe not where you have these conversations and all this kind of stuff, but is it just be safe in that moment?
Absolutely. Be safe. The thing is, some people prefer those kind of hookups, and that's why we have non-monogamous relationships. Monogamous relationships are just one of them, and non-monogamous relationships, which include open relationships, hookups, friend with benefits, polyamory, and you know there's so many of those. But then you still need to have a conversation, because even non-monogamous relationships need to be ethical. Cheating is a classification of that, and you will get people say, I'm looking for a second wife, or you know, I'm looking to hook up, but they haven't been honest with their primary partner to say that this is what they're doing. And that's one of the reasons why ethical non-monogamy is really important, because it's okay for you to do whatever you're doing. Just don't hurt anyone. You know?
Be honest.
Yeah.
Open relationships, not that bad thing. As long as you guys communicate.
Absolutely. Because I mean, you know, and that came from a precedence that one person cannot fulfill you in every way, whether it's emotionally, financially, physically, sexually. And it's okay for you to agree to meet other people and explore that with a number of people. But of course, there's an agreement where you share, for example, with your existing partner, or for example, you're out there and you meet people and you say, I am into open relationships, so I'm not going to commit to you wholly. There'll be somebody, and then you're giving a chance to the other person to say, okay, I think I can do an open relationship, or I don't think that this is for me. And that's one of the reasons why it's important to disclose that information early enough. And when you do that, then you're able to also ensure that you know, your expectations are met. Because if you're into an open relationship and you meet somebody and a few months down the line, they want you to commit, then that's going to be a very difficult conversation to have, because then you'll say, actually, I'm into open relationships, when you might end up hurting the other person. So disclose as much as you can and be authentic about who you are. There's nothing wrong with them wanting to explore an open relationship. It's totally okay.
But where do we learn these things? I've never been sat down and even told like anything about sex, really. Like in school, we were warned about like STDs. You know, it's like, and shown pictures and said, this is what's going to happen to you if you have sex. And you're like, oh my God, is this?
I don't want syphilis.
But but that didn't stop our curiosity. That didn't stop our we wanted to know everything about sex. And I don't know if it was a healthy way, but like we just went to porn and we're like, and back in the day, it was very rare to find porn. So it was all exciting and stuff. But like now it's so easy.
Yeah.
So I can imagine a lot of young people are just like, well, it's on my phone. I can find it really easy. How do we learn about sex in a healthy way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is porn healthy? Is watching porn healthy?
Actually, porn is not unhealthy. It can be, it's something that even two people can use to feel aroused.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's something that you can watch together. Yeah. That's totally okay. Yeah. But the thing to remember is that porn is like a movie. When they're shooting porn, it's like they're shooting a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
And how long do Hollywood movies take? Like really, some of them shoot for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not going to be 6 months, but they can go a whole day. But the things that you do not see is, a man losing their erection midway, and they have to take a break. You don't see water breaks.
Yes.
You just see constant. It's kind of like a choreographed, rehearsed kind of sequence of events, which then ends up with an orgasm.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that way. You can stop in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's okay for you to look at porn and to watch porn, but also understand that porn is a super stimulus. Okay, just like what we were talking in the addiction space.
Yes.
Porn is a super stimulus.
Yes.
When you compare it to sex with your partner, if it's not as exciting, you're going to find your brain is going to be looking for something extra because you're going to require more dopamine, and you will be changing your brain chemistry as you're doing it. So I think it's important that we embrace the fact that it's okay for us to learn about sex through different ways, but also take what resonates and leave the rest behind, and go to trusted sources. Part of the things that I do a lot in my private practice is psychosexual education. So I educate people on sex and sexuality, and it's a great investment. So, sex therapy is not just for couples. Sex therapy is also for individuals who want to figure out what their body is and, whether they have any repressed kind of feelings that they want to get over.
So is this like young people as well? Coming into their own and stuff like that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Most definitely. I know that now in schools, depending on which school, they teach you a little bit more about sexuality.
Yes.
But I think for adults, a lot of them are coming to rediscover themselves, and they're doing that in the therapy space. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
That's great.
And listening to podcasts as well.
Okay.
Like this one, for example.
When we go back to Mutesh's question about where we can learn about sex, so we can go for therapy?
Yeah, you can go for therapy. You can figure out more. You can learn your physiology because that's what we do. I will not share, for example, photographs or videos of people actually doing things, but I have diagrams for that.
Okay.
So this is how, we share those kind of those things with I share that with my clients. And then also going to trusted websites. So not necessarily, and the thing is, what you'll find now is that these things are kind of like saturated in terms of everybody's talking about it, but do your homework to see who is actually certified to talk about it. Because it's one thing for you to be certified in the sex and the sexuality space, and it's one thing for you to be really good at it and talk about it. And it's okay for you to do both, but as a disclaimer, if you're talking about sex because you really love it, but you're not qualified as a trained professional, then there needs to be a boundary there where you can, and then of course there's a difference between a sex therapist who does the body work and does the psychosexual therapy. Those are two different things. So, be discerning in the kind of stuff that you're looking at, because the web is full of stuff.
Yes, it is. Google carefully. So for parents, like how do they approach sex and talking to their kids?
About sex.
Well, there's some age-appropriate sexuality education that you can get from early as age 4 on the web. Yeah, you can start talking to your kids about it. It's age-appropriate. So depending on what age the child is, you will, because you see, the thing is, talking to them about how their bodies are changing, talking to them about how they're feeling about it, so that they don't feel as if they're like there's something wrong with them. This is a normal part of your physiology.
Everyone kind of develops at different cases. So, but some people develop a bit earlier. So yeah, they can be like, wait, why am I the only person going through this? Yeah.
And the thing is, I mean, if you think about it, if you're uncomfortable to talk about sex, it's going to be difficult for you to talk about it with your kids or with other people. Yeah. So I think even starting to talk about, and that's another thing that we do in therapy, is we talk about sex. We get more comfortable talking about sex and sexuality, and then that helps you engage other people in a different way. Yeah. But and this is the same thing, because even in this field as a sex therapist, we had to take an inventory on or stock on things that we feel uncomfortable about as sex therapists, because yes, we're working in the field, but then there are some things that we hear or we read about and we're like, wow, okay, I don't know whether. And the thing is, to help somebody who's going through that particular thing that you're not comfortable with, you have to find a way to get comfortable with it, because otherwise you're going to have countertransference, which happens in the therapy space, and you can harm someone. And we have an oath to not harm people. So it's important that you get comfortable with it yourself. And that's one of the reasons why it's so important to seek a professional to help you in that space.
But it's strange because it's such a big part of our lives, yet a lot of people don't know how to talk about it. Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
And I think almost like a taboo.
I think we're talking about it more now.
A lot more,
especially in this country. I know when I first opened my private practice, people weren't talking about it that much. A lot of people were making fun of it, looking at the validity or the value. It certainly gained its importance now, and I can see that.
So it's really like Kenyans, like specifically Kenyans, they're really coming to you and talking about this.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
And I'm encouraging more people to come, because I think the more that you can talk about something, the more it gets normalized in a way. Because we talk about everything. We talk about finances, we talk about politics, we talk about religion, we talk about, food. And then the one thing that connects us, the one thing that is the reason why we are here is not talked about. Or it's done in hush-hush tones.
Yeah, it's strange how it became taboo, because I don't think, thinking from an African perspective, I don't think we were that prudish back in the day, and something happened and things changed. Yeah. But that's a shame, because it is such a big part of our lives, and it should be normalized.
Yeah. We can work towards normalizing it.
I'll try talking about sex with my parents first and see how it goes. Well, you see? It's like, I don't know.
Parents?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, can we talk about sex? Like, you're 40, man. What do you need to know?
Why?
I don't know. Just to see how it goes. Yeah. I think we can wrap it up for today, but I really would love, I don't know, if you come back and we can talk about more stuff.
Yeah.
I think that'd be so cool. Yeah. I
That'd
got
be
like
really good.
a million other questions, but I don't want to keep you here all day.
I'll take stock of my adult years.
Yeah. Yes, please do.
Maybe something else will happen.
Look out for caterpillars.
I will.
That's our advice. Yeah, no, we'd love to have you again. I think this is fascinating. Yeah.
So best advice for a happy sexual relationship or a happy life?
Know your body before you expect somebody else to know yours. Please know your body. It's really important.
Yes.
Try not to play mind games. And don't expect somebody to know what you're thinking, feeling, experiencing. Speak out. Take care of your health. Go for your checkups. Check for, if you're sexually active, check for STDs in terms of your health. And especially as we're getting older, go for your medical checkups. Make it an annual practice. Take your partner along. Let that be a date day or a date appointment where you go and do that.
Wow.
Exercise. Keep healthy. Watch what you eat. Things like alcohol, smoking, all of that actually can affect, because if you're thinking about whether in terms of our circulation into the extremities, that's something that we need to consider.
So like what type of food should we eat that will
stimulate? I would just say keep a healthy diet.
Jogo.
That's what I was told.
I think there's some great articles on, I think it's some medical articles that can advise in terms of the kinds of foods that you can eat. But I think having a balanced diet, keeping an active, healthy lifestyle is really important. And just remember, how you treat somebody with their clothes on determines what's going to happen when their clothes are off. So don't be not nice to somebody and then expect everything to be okay. Don't not help your partner around the house, but at the end of the day, when they've been doing all the other stuff in the house and then, I don't know, come back and then they're not interested or they're tired, so share some of the roles. And, another very important thing is practice gratitude every single day. Do something nice for each other. Don't take thank you, I love yous and sorries for granted. And then, of course, change your behavior. Don't just say sorry,
And then go back to
change your behavior. Okay. And make time for date nights. Do things together. Pay homage to the relationship. Whether you have kids or not, pay homage to the relationship. It's really important that it's there. And all of that is going to enrich and add value to your overall sexual life.
Beautiful.
That is amazing.
Beautiful.
I feel like
wow.
I've learned things.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I like it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, thank you so much for
You're
this.
very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that's amazing. She will be back.
Yes. Most definitely.
Yeah. And you come back with one of your DJ sets. Did you ever save them? No, did you have a...
DJ who?
Cathy. It's so simple.
Yeah.
I'm such a simpleton.
Well, now it's DJ Dr. Love.
Yes. There you go.
Christened. Actually, where can people find you if they're interested in coming to you?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a website. It's almondtreewellness.co.ke. It's really interactive.
Yeah. We'll stick that in the show notes. So if you just click a link.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you can book your session online and pay for it as well. So you don't even have to speak to me. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook. TikTok and on Google.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm there, and every Friday I do a little dance to Old School for about 90 seconds.
Wow.
And I post that. That's my Friday dance.
Okay.
Normally do that. So look out for this one coming up. I do that for my mental health and also just to connect with people. But I really love it. And I enjoy it. Yeah.
We're terrible at TikTok then.
Yo.
Okay, I'm terrible at TikTok. She's really been trying to get me to do something.
Yeah.
We should. Yeah, we should.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
no, we'll stick all that information in the show notes, so at least you know where to find stuff to love.
Yes, and I do sessions online and face to face, and I'm based in Karen.
Cool, awesome. But if let's say someone's not here, can they?
Yes,
online.
Can do it online. Yeah,
perfect, fantastic, awesome. All right, and where can people find us, Haika?
They can find us on Instagram, Gen Y Pod.
Yes.
They can find us on TikTok.
Yes.
Gen Y Poddy.
Hey.
And they can find us on YouTube, Gen Y Pod with Haika and Mutesh.
Yes, probably even Threads.
Yeah.
Somewhere?
Maybe.
Threads,
maybe,
I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll try.
We'll figure that one out. Yes.
And on Gmail?
Gmail, you can email us at genypoddy@gmail.com. That's GENWHYPODDY@gmail.com.
Yes.
Hey, you got it right?
Yes.
No, please do take care of yourselves. We'll see you guys next week.
Ooh.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I hope you learned something.
Yeah, please
I
give
feel
us
like
a
I learned
review.
things. I feel like I learned things.
Me
today.
too. I've learned a lot today.
Yeah. So drop us a line. Let us know what you think. If you'd like to have Dr. Love back.
Yes.
What
questions would you like to ask her?
Actually, if we could have I don't know, if people can send in questions, then maybe we can.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. Yeah. Yes. And please do take care of yourself, do take care of each other, and we'll see you again very soon. Yes.
Bye.
Peace.